Hello, welcome back. We will start with the vector class in Java. Before that, we will revise the previous concept that we had seen about array. We know that array is a static data structure which stores similar type of element. There are drawbacks of this array concept. It stores only similar type of values and its size is fixed. So array cannot grow or shrink at runtime. And whenever we want to perform operations like inserting element into array, deleting element from the array, searching element in an array, so we need to write a complex code for it. So here comes the use of vector class. Vector class is the collection of different types of values, or you can say the object which is having of any type of data, mixture of int, float, char, string, etc. In another term, vector is a dynamic array because its size is flexible. It means vector can grow or shrink at runtime. Here in vector, we have predefined or ready-made methods for handling such kind of operations like inserting element, deleting element, searching element. So these ready-made methods are useful. So this difference is very clear. Array is having similar element where vector is can have different data type objects. Array size is fixed, whereas vector size is variable. Array cannot grow or shrink, but vector can grow and shrink. In array, there are no ready-made methods for inserting, deleting, or searching element. But in vector, we have predefined methods for different kind of operations. So we will see about vector class in Java. This vector class in Java, where V is capital, is available under java.utilities package. So we need to include this java.util package while implementing the vector in our program. How to create a vector? For creating a vector in program, we need to create object of vector class. And there are three ways of creating this, or we can say there are three types of constructors of vector class. First constructor is default. When we create a vector with empty parenthesis like vector v is equal to new vector, it will create a vector of by default of 10 size, and index by default starts from 0th and gets incremented, and the element gets added at the end. As you can see, this vector can be combination of any type of element. We can store character, we can store floating number, pure number, string, etc. Second way, we can give the capacity of the vector. Capacity of the vector means how many elements, how many maximum number of element this vector can store. Syntax is in bracket just mention the size. So here we have created a vector of 8 size. So only 8 maximum element we can store in this v vector. So by this first and second way we can have only static kind of vector. Its size will not increase even though we are saying that it is a dynamic data structure. So here comes the third constructor in picture. Its syntax is we have to give two parameter, capacity and the increment. So how this will work? If I write vector v is equal to new vector 8 comma 2, so it means v vector will be created of initial size of 8 So if I store all the 8 elements in the vector, so if I try to store ninth element as increment is given, so it will accept the ninth element and will give additional space for the two elements. So this is how this third constructor works. Now we will see there are predefined methods under this vector class. So we will see how to code that method to have or to implement the vector concept in Java. The first method is add element where E is capital. It is used to insert or add the given element at the end of the vector. It will be added in the vector at the last position or at the end. Syntax is as it does not return anything, the data type is void. All these methods are of vector class. That's why we have to call that by using vector object and in bracket mention the object. We will see this into the code. We will start creating a program. First we will have IO package, and for vector we need to include util package. I am giving vect name to the class. We will have main function. For any exception handling, we will have throws exception keyword. And now we will create a vector. So vector v is equal to new vector. Suppose I am creating vector of 4 size, and if I want to add element into it, I can have v dot add element, and in bracket you can mention the element. If it is number, just give that without quotes, and for character use single quote. Suppose x. For floating number you can have without quotes, and for string you should have double quotes. So suppose I have added all the 4 elements in the vector. Now we will see further method to have the further program. Then we will understand the complete implementation. Next method is the size. Now this size, there are two methods related to one concept, size and capacity. Actually, this capacity method gives us the total number of element that a vector can store. That is the maximum capacity. And this size method will return the actual number of object present in the vector. Now suppose we will make use of this two method to show the size and capacity. Suppose I want to display the size and capacity of this vector v. So if I print capacity means maximum element that can store. So we will have v dot capacity, sorry, and if we want to show how many number are or how many elements are stored. So here we can have the size method. Now we have to save this code in the bin folder with vect.java. Replace, yes. Now compile the code, run the code. Now here it had showed the capacity is 4 and elements stored are 4 because I had created vector with maximum capacity 4. It means it can store maximum 4 values only. Now suppose if I remove this one element, so what it gives? So now it has given the capacity is equal to 4 and the actual elements stored are 3. So size of the vector means the actual number of elements or objects in the vector are 3. Now we will see how we can display the elements of vector. There is one method get. This method can be used to return object present at the given index position. We have to pass a index position to get method and it will retrieve the element or object present at that particular position. We will see how to implement this method. Now suppose we have a vector of capacity 4. As of now there are 3 elements present in the vector. So we can retrieve the size of vector, that is the actual number of elements present in the vector. I have that many elements in the s variable. Now suppose I want to print vector. Vector is nothing but an array. So its index is starting from 0. So what we will do? We will start the index from 0 till I is less than s, that is the size of vector, and every time the index will be incremented by 1. What we want to do? We want to display the element on the screen. So we will have print ln, and here we can mention we want to display the element present at every ith position of this vector, and this I record is starting from 0 till the number of elements present in vector. So what we can do, we can have the use of get method. V dot get, in bracket we can give I, so it will print the element present at I. Initially it is 0, then I will be incremented, I will become 1, 1 is less than 3, then it will print element present at first position, and it will continue till the last. Save the code, compile the code. Now execute the code. So we have displayed element of vector by using get method, and that in the for loop, because you want to print all the elements of the vector. So you can start from 0 till the size, and you can use get method to print each and every element of the vector. You can randomly use this method for a particular index position. Like I can say element at second position is equal to, if I want to display a particular element only, so I can write v dot get in bracket 2. Let's see what it gives. So it is giving that element at second position is pqr 0, 1 and 2. Next method of vector that we will see is we have remove element. This method is used to remove a mentioned element or object from the vector. It will delete that object as it is not returning anything. So data type or return type of this method is void. We have to mention the object as it is in the bracket. Now suppose in the code, if I want to delete a element x, so I am displaying over here. So see, our code is we have element, we have calculated size, and we have displayed all the elements of vector. Now suppose I want to remove the element x. So I can write here v dot remove element e capital in bracket, as it is a character, so I am giving it in single quote. So what will happen, from v vector x element will be deleted. Now we will see after deletion what is the condition of vector. So after deletion we will print the vector again. So we will repeat this for loop and let's see the code. So now as the element get deleted over here, we can have the size calculation again. After deletion, we will calculate the size again and we will display the output. So output is like, we will have another name because S is already declared. Compile the code, run the code. See, before deletion we have 3x PQR. After deletion we have 3 and PQR only. X is deleted. So in earlier when we calculated the size, it was 3 number of elements present in the vector. We printed that. Then we removed or deleted a element. So the value of S variable changed. So again we have to calculate the size of the vector in another variable and we will print the element from 0 till that size, or you can directly mention that v dot size over here and we have printed the element. So we can delete element by using remove element method, and in bracket we can give the name of the element. Another variation of this method is remove element at. Instead of element, if you are not sure about the name of element or object, if you know the position of element to be deleted from vector, we can make use of remove element at method, and in bracket we have to give the index position. So element from the mentioned vector will be deleted from the given index position. Let's see in the same code. Now instead of remove element, I am mentioning remove element at and I am giving the index position. As index is a numeric one, so I am giving that without double quotes. So we will have to compile the code again, run code. So before deletion we had 3x PQR. When we deleted element present at second index position, after deletion we got over here 3 and x, 0 1, 0 1 2, that is 2. At second position PQR was there, it got deleted. So this is the use of remove element at method. Next, whenever we want to delete all the elements from the vector, we have method remove all elements. When you want to keep vector as it is, but you want to flush the data, you want to empty the vector, you can make use of remove all elements method. As it does not return anything, the return type is void. Let's see, we will make empty this vector. So here remove all elements. So a l a e capital, and here we have to add s, remove elements and empty bracket. So after deletion, if we try to calculate size and if we try to print, let's see what it gives us. Compile the code, run the code. So before deletion we had in vector 3x PQR, but after deletion it is showing nothing because we have removed or deleted all the elements of vector, and it is an empty vector now. So even though code is present over here, we have nothing to display in vector v. Moving on, the next method of vector class is copy into. Sometimes we want to copy all the elements of vector as it is to one array. Now we know that vector is a collection of different types of objects. So we want to copy that into array. So what will be the data type of array? Now, as vector is a collection of object, so we can make array of object type so that it will support any kind of data. And we know that while creating array, we need to mention the size of the array. So first of all, we have to calculate the size of the vector. Syntax of this method is vector object dot copy into, and we have to pass the array name. All the elements or objects of the vector will be copied into to the mentioned array name. Obviously, the index will start from 0th position till the size of the vector or the actual number of element present in a vector. Now we will see code of it. Now we have this vector, suppose up to this. We have a vector of 4 capacity, but actually we have 3 number of elements of vector. So size of the vector is 3 because only 3 elements or objects are present in a vector. And now we have printed the vector. Now suppose I want to copy this v vector to one array. So first of all, I have calculated the size over here. So size is available in S. But object, the array should be of type object so that it will support all type of element, as vector is a collection of object. So object of which size? So we have size in S variable. So S. So array is created. Now by single line we can copy the v vector into a array. So v dot copy into I capital in bracket the name of the array. All the elements of vector v will be copied into a array starting from 0 till the number of elements present in vector or till the size of the array. Now we know that how to print an array. Simply we have to print an array as it is one dimensional array. We will have a single for loop for int I is equal to 0, I is less than s I plus plus. We can print an array that we print regularly in programming language a of I. Let's see 3x pqr 3x pqr. Here we had printed vector by simply using get method of vector class, and here we have copied element of v into a and we have printed a array. So it is showing 3x pqr as it is. So copy into method is used to copy elements of vector into a array. Next method is insert element add. We have seen the add element method of vector class, but that add the element at the end of the vector. It appends to the last position of the vector. But sometimes I have a vector and I want to insert or add a particular element at in between of the rest of the element. So for that we have a insert element at method e a capital. Here we have to mention two parameter, the object which you want to insert, comma, the index position where you want to insert. Now let's see, we will have a code. Suppose this is our vector. Now I am removing this array part. We have a vector and we have calculated size and we have displayed the vector. Now suppose I want to insert a particular element into the vector. So v dot, if I write v dot add element, so it will add the element at the end of the vector, right? So if I print vector again by calculating the size, you will observe this 12.67 gets added at the end only. Now s is declared, so we will change this variable name because multiple declaration of s is occurred. Okay, so 3xpqr, and again when we printed after adding 3xpqr 12.67 0 1 2 3. Okay, now when I write, when I want to insert this 12.67 in between. Now suppose I want this 12.67 at first index position, but already x is available at first position. So what will happen? 12.67 will be added at first position and this element will be shifted downside. Let's see. So we will have v dot insert element at in bracket which element we want to insert, 12.67 comma at which position, suppose one position. So after inserting element, what is the state of vector, we are printing that. After insertion, let's see what is the output of the code. We have calculated size again and we have printed the vector. The code is as it is. 3xpqr, earlier the element were 3. After insertion, 12.67 is inserted at first position and the previous x element which was available at first is shifted down. The rest of the elements are shifted down. So index has become 0, 1, 2, 3. So insert element at method is used to insert the mentioned object at a particular index position. Next method is contains. It is used to search a particular object is available in the vector or not, and it will return true or false depending on whether it is found or not. Syntax is vector object dot contains, and in bracket you have to mention the name of the element that you want to search in this vector. It will return true if the element is available, otherwise false. We will search for PQR in our code. Now suppose I want to search whether PQR is available in our code or not. So I will be using PQR available and I want to print a miss answer over here itself. So I am writing v dot contains, and in bracket, as pqr is a string, I am displaying that object in double quotes. So let's see what it is giving. Compile the code. Okay, we have to give two brackets because contains it itself is a method and we have enclosed that statement in sop system.out.println. Let's run the code. See, 3x PQR, after insertion we got this. Now it has displayed PQR is available, true, because PQR is actually available in the mentioned vector. Now suppose if I change over here and if I want to search for 10, whether 10 element is available in the vector or not, let's compile the code and run the code. It is showing that it's not available, it is false. So contains method is used for searching element in a vector. It will return true, otherwise false. So in this session we have seen use of vector class, which is a dynamic array. It can grow or shrink at runtime. It stores different types of object at sequential memory location. It is a dynamic array. And important advantage of vector is that in vector class we have a predefined method for manipulation of elements. This vector class is available in java.util package, and different methods are like add element which adds at the end, insert element at, which add the element in between, get element, which is used to retrieve the index position element, and contains method is used to search the element in vector. Remove element, add, remove all elements are used to delete elements from the vector. Copy into method is used to copy the vector contents into the array which is of object type. So I hope you have understood the vector concept in Java. See you in the next session. Thank you.